this video, I'm going to talk about 7 great ways to motivate your team to grow your business. Hey guys, I'm James Sinclair. I'm a UK business owner, an entrepreneur. I've been running businesses for over 15 years now. We employ hundreds of people. So we've got a lot of people that we have to motivate and get them following the vision of where we want our company to go. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe so that when we bring out great new videos on entrepreneurship and business, you know about it and you can watch them. Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how we can motivate our teams to help grow our business. Really, motivating your team gets harder when you go over 12 employees. I think back to when we had a smaller business, when we had about 6 or 7 staff, that was probably when we was the most motivated as an organisation. Everyone knew exactly what was going on. Communications fantastic. You're all in one place. The owner is managing the organisation. When the business gets to the next level, when there needs to be another layer of management, that's when you have to really work hard on motivating your team to really grow your business. When you look at bigger organisations, so that's organisations of 12 plus employees, or sometimes when it goes into double figures, 10 plus, you'll notice that the business owner really needs to focus on 3 key fundamentals to keep the business growing. That's innovation, marketing, and culture. So we're going to forget innovation and marketing on this video. We've done loads of those. Please go and check them out on the channel. But I really want to focus on culture here because motivation and culture really do go hand in hand. And I've put together the 7 key points now on how you can really motivate your team to really grow further and faster. Number 1 is environment. So environment is a key part of motivation in a team and us as human beings. When we go on holiday, we've changed our environment and we start to relax, we start to think better. We might be starting to think about the future of our life. You think when you go from secondary school, from primary school to secondary school, huge change of environment, the way you behave changes. When children go from nursery into primary school, they change again massively because their environment's changed. Right now we're sitting in some brand new offices that we built here at Partyman, and I'm going to bring all of our central team in here because at the moment we're in all little pits of offices all over the show. By bringing us closer together, we're changing the environment, we can increase productivity. And you might be watching this video, well, that's all very well for him saying I can't just go and build a suite of offices like he's done. But you could take your team out of the environment. You could just take them to Costa Coffee, you could take them to Starbucks, you could take them out for lunch or dinner and just change the environment and really talk to them about what their problems are, what their solutions are, what motivates them, what wants them to grow in your business. Getting out of the environment and doing it regularly or changing the work environment regularly creates a huge positive drive in culture and motivation. So tip number 1 is make sure you have a plan for getting out of environment. Thing number 2 is think about regular wins over annualized wins. Now, business owners, entrepreneurs, senior people, they can think differently to everyone else. And what they think is in 10, 20 years time, this thing will look like this. At the end of my lifetime, this thing will look like this. And this motivates them. But most people don't live like that. They live month to month, they live week to week. So if you can reward people on a monthly basis rather than an annualized basis, then you're going to get a much bigger increase in productivity. Imagine saying to a child, if you do this really well, you can have this in a year's time. It's like, oh, that's such a long way away. If you do this really well and you do this today, you can have a prize at the end of the day or at the end of the hour. Shorter term wins is a great way of motivating people. Think about how you can do that in your business. Now, if cash is tight in your business and you can't just give people more money, think about giving them more time and prizes. Do you know if you say to someone that you can leave early on a Friday or you can have a day off or a week off, an extra week off, and they'll just increase their productivity on those short-term wins. So don't think about saying to people, this is what you can have in a year, this is what you can have in 2 years. Think about the short-term wins that you can give. Number 3 is measure people on output, not input. So many companies are really hot on making sure people turn up on time and leave on time and don't give flexibility of time. Giving flexibility of time to people, especially if they've got families, is a great way to motivate your team. Now, this is not possible in every job. Imagine you're running an airline, you can't just say to the pilot, autopilot, come in and go whenever you like. For example, we own day nurseries. We couldn't do that with our team, but where we can do that, where we can be flexible with time, then we always have allowed it. Now, this usually is only the senior team and the management in your business, maybe web developers, graphic designers. But if we've got someone that works on graphic design for us, yeah, we'll let them work from home for a day and we'll measure them on output because we don't need them to be in the place of business. If it's possible to do, it's not always possible to do, then it's a really smart thing to do. Give your team flexible time, manage them on output, not input. It's a great way to motivate your team. Number 4, to really get the best out of your team, to motivate them, is make sure you tell them the end in mind of the business and the vision of the business. What does the business want to look like when it's finished? And you've got to constantly remind them of this. This really attracts people to stay with you and go on the journey. But if they don't know the destination of where they're going to, that can be really tough for when business gets tough. And businesses always go through tough times. If you look at businesses over a period of time, they have highs and lows. Who would have thought that some of the big companies that we're seeing today that are having tough times would have those tough times? It's because businesses go up and down. But if you can share the resolution, say this is what the business is going to look like at the end in mind, this is what the vision is for the business, in 2 years we'll be here and you're going to be part of that journey, and make sure you constantly share that and you'll keep motivating the people. Number 5, if you want to motivate your team, you've got to educate your team and be creative on how you educate your team. This doesn't have to be school-based learning, gang. How can you get your team to be educated to motivate them? One of the big things that I've always done in my businesses is away days to other businesses like ours that operate in other areas. I take my team to see how they're operating. This really motivates them, and they're seeing other operators that's educating them, that motivates them, that pushes them to want to do better for us. It's a really smart thing to do. You can also find YouTube videos and send them YouTube videos. Send them to seminars. Send them to other places where they can train up. If you're not training, you're not gaining. It really motivates people. Think about the right education that fits them. Some people like reading, some people like watching, some people like listening, some people actually like doing and going, seeing other businesses. It's a really smart thing to do. So if you want to motivate your team, educate your team. Number 6 is making sure that you cut toxic people out of the organisation as soon as possible. When you employ people, you're always going to have great people, good people, and every now and then a toxic person is going to come into the organisation. It's responsibility of the owners, the leaders, the managers of the business to cut toxic people straight away, especially as an organisation gets bigger, because you're allowing that behaviour to manifest in your business. So if you don't cut that toxic person, you can turn great people into good people into average people, and it really demotivates the great people in the business. What happens with toxic, bad team members is the managers and leaders of the business spend more time with those people rather than developing the good and great people, and that really winds people up. It winds people up in organisation, it winds people up that are in school. When the bad pupils get all the teachers' time, they're managing the bad pupil. You want to be spending all your time on the great people, especially in a business, to turn them even into greater people. So if you've got a toxic person in your business, make sure you get rid of them ASAP, because that's the fastest way to demotivate your team. Number 7 is the last one, is trying to make your team partners of your business. Make them feel like partners, and when you can, real partners of the business. Some people have a real problem with this, but there are ways that you can do this. I'm looking about doing this over the last year and a half in my business. The senior people that have been with me for over 10 years, I want to give them some ownership over the business and make them a partner of the business so that they can continue to grow it. We've been looking at strategies and tactics to do that. I don't want them to come into the main business because there's liabilities there, and I would never put that on someone. We borrow millions of pounds each year, and I don't want to give them those responsibilities. I want that to sit with me, but where the profits are, I want them to be able to share in that and feel ownership over the business. So give them shares, make them partners. This can really create really good loyalty in the organisation. And if you can't do it now, talk about it now and say that it's going to happen one day, and that will really keep people motivated, because when they feel like they've got ownership, great things happen. If you've loved this video and you think it's helped you grow your business, why don't you come along to my free business growth seminar? It's held at my business, and I really share in depth for 4 hours some really business growth strategy ideas that you can take away and implement into your business. I'll put all the details in the link on the description on the video, and I'd love to see you there. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit subscribe so you're notified when we bring out new videos. And if you want to watch more, click here and leave some comments below and let us know what you think about this video.